Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we watch Muppets from space 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Anthony Strand.
And I am your other host, Ryan Rowe.
We are joined today by a return guest, a longtime Tough Pigs pal. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Meagan Barbeau.
Meagan Barbeau, the designer of many of our wonderful TeePublic shirts that you can purchase.
Yeah.
Correct.
Awesome. Listeners, do that.
Yes, go to our TeePublic store right now.
I was kind of surprised, like a lot of people knew that, like when I was in New York, they were like, "Oh, you're the one that did all those logo shirts." And I was like, "Yeah, that's me."
Word gets around.
Meagan Barbeau of shirt fame.
Yeah, it was nice to see people wearing them too, which was fun.
Oh, sure. Awesome. Yeah, this was at the Jim Henson's birthday event?
Yes. Yeah.
Could you clarify?
Right.
Awesome. And you are doing something equally exciting today, joining us for minutes 19 and 20 of Muppets from Space. In these minutes, the Muppets play poker and Gonzo mows the lawn. Another exciting day around the Muppet house. But we start with Gonzo saying, no, 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 like some sort of Nikki Holiday.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no. No, 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 Rizzo. I'm just fine. That's what he says. And then he gives Rizzo a hearty slap on the back, but he does not say what's happening. And this electrocutes him. Rizzo gets lit up like Daniel Stern in Home Alone 2.
That's exactly, yep.
Yeah.
I wrote that this reminds me of two things. Because you see his skeleton, like sort of.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an animated version of getting electrocuted. It reminds me of Home Alone 2, and it reminds me of Ernest Goes to Jail, which has like a running gag where Ernest keeps getting electrocuted, and there's like this blue crackling electricity animated all over his body every time.
I haven't seen Ernest Goes to Jail in probably 30 years.
Oh, it's a fun one.
I
Sure.
also haven't seen Ernest Goes to Jail in 30 years, and I'm 30 years old.
So you've never seen it. Well, you saw the remake, Muppets Most Wanted.
Oh, okay.
Because this is about
Sure.
This is about
Unofficial
Ernest being
remake.
swapped with a criminal who looks like Ernest.
That's true. Yeah, Kermit Goes to Jail.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how Muppets 2011 is the Country Bears, and we're going to talk about how
every episode of
Ernest
Muppets
Goes to
wanted to
Jail.
talk about the parallels to Ernest Goes to Jail. I'm sure people would love that.
Yeah. Huh.
Ryan
Danny Trejo
would.
is Randall Tex Cobb, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Randall Tex Cobb is a triple threat. Randall Tex Cobb is the other Jim Varney, correct?
No, isn't he
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie since I was
isn't
10.
that the name of the character actor I'm thinking of? Like the big scary guy?
Oh, it is? Okay. All right.
Now I'm gonna have to double check that. But yes, he's in Ernest Goes to Jail as like he initially starts out helping the bad guy, and then he becomes sympathetic to Ernest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. I got to check it
Does
out.
he fall in love with him and have a shrine of him? Like Tina Fey does for Kermit?
Not that I remember.
Yeah. We got to do further research. We got to watch Ernest Goes to Jail.
You should.
I know I should. I did watch Ernest Saves Christmas not too long ago, and I still enjoyed it.
That one's fun too.
Yeah. So Rizzo, after he gets electrocuted, his winning poker hand starts burning in his hand.
First of all, sorry, before we go to that, I was kind of paying attention to the skeleton. First of all, it just looks very humanoid for a rat because of the way he's built, but also like his skull, there's like holes where they're like in the back of his head, so it like doesn't line up with his eyes. So I'm like, is that supposed to be where his eyes are, or is that just a very tiny spot for his brain?
Did they base the skull on an X-ray of the puppet instead of a real rat?
Probably.
Could be.
There was like part like right where he's like turned to the side and you see like the profile and there's just like one hole in like the back of his head.
Yeah, who knows what kind of holes the Rizzo puppet has for various mechanisms and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm watching it now again. It does look very strange. Like it doesn't match him.
Yeah, like where his eyes would be or anything.
Right. But it's such a quick gag.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good too. Overall, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it
do
looks
too.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice little effect.
And it's always a trip, I think, to see live fire around the Muppets, which happens next.
Oh, yeah. And that flame just like goes right up in his face.
Yeah. Like I'm really kind of baffled as to how
Yeah.
they controlled that.
I mean, they had a lot of practice with all the fire in Muppet Treasure Island, so.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot less. I was kind of paying attention because I was like, Where does it come from?" I guess it kind of just comes from like the bot, like underneath the table. It doesn't seem like
Yeah.
it doesn't look like it's
Um,
originating like from the cards.
or
Like,
inside his sleeve, or
no, I don't think so. I think it's
okay,
just like out the bottom, like the cards are just like near like at the base of the table, and like flames just
yeah.
kind of shoot upward.
Huh.
And it's so surprising when you're just watching it. You're not really
Yeah,
looking.
and there's that like sound when
Yeah.
they go up.
I'm not totally certain about the science of this, that Gonzo, who was
Right.
electrocuted a few minutes ago,
Yeah, he's
now slaps
grounded,
Rizzo on the
walked all
back.
around.
Right, yeah. And now, as a result, the cards that Rizzo was holding burst into flames.
Yeah. But it's a cool effect.
Yeah.
hmm
And the other thing that I think sells it is that everyone else laughs.
Yeah,
Like
nobody does
Rizzo's
anything to help him.
right. Rizzo's like freaking out about the fact that the cards are. It's just like Clifford and Kermit are just like ha
Yeah.
ha
Well, Kermit actually does kind of go, "Oh no." But then Pepe especially and Clifford are both chuckling the whole
yeah,
time.
that's true.
Nobody does anything to help him though.
No, that's
Right.
true. They all just watch. But this also does just show us that this is definitely we're back to the pre-Muppets Tonight version of Clifford, because
Mm.
he's just, yeah, he's very laid back about the situation. Like the Muppets Tonight version of Clifford would panic about this and run around saying we have to do something.
His eyes would have popped out of his head.
Yeah.
Like Rizzo, this is bad, man. Like,
Yeah.
and then Garth Brooks would have just been like, "Nah, it's okay, Clifford,
Let's sing a
or
song.
whatever." Yeah. All right. What a great show.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
episode's great.
It's one of the best ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Then Gonzo goes over to open the junk drawer, and Kermit asks, "Are you sure you're okay?" Gonzo assures him that he is, but I gotta respond. Gotta make contact. And that's one of Ryan's favorite sci-fi movies, Contact.
It is. Yes, that's true.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That's where Jodie Foster calls her dad on the alien phone.
Pretty much. I mean, spoiler for the ending, but
It's that one with that really cool like shot with the mirror, right?
yeah, you think it's going up the stairs, but then it's
Yeah,
like
like
it
follows
goes
her up the
in
stairs and ends in the
inside the
mirror.
mirror. Yeah. It's
That's
hard to
cool.
describe, but it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what Gonzo pulls out of the junk drawer is a set of keys, which feels like a weird place to keep keys, I guess, in a junk drawer. I don't know. If you're gonna,
Um,
I guess I don't mow the lawn
hmm.
very often.
yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, yeah.
But he pulls them out. Clifford gets a whole line here. He says, "Where's he going with those keys?" And Pepe says, "Who cares? Flying saucer, maybe."
What does that mean? He thinks that Gonzo's going to use those keys to like drive a flying saucer?
Yes,
I guess so. I
Okay.
that is what Pepe believes.
Okay.
I
Uh,
I like that part because they like utilize all four of his arms because he's like has the cards with his like two hands in the front and then he's like talking and like just
oh yeah, that's true.
with
Yeah,
his other two
Huh.
arms, which is fun. I just feel like they don't utilize his four. Like notice that I feel like a lot of times I forget that he has four arms because
four
they don't
arms.
use
Yeah,
it as much as
Because
it might be
probably
good.
because it's complicated, because they have to
Oh
add
yeah,
additional puppeteers.
yeah, but it's fun to see them use it. And I
Yeah.
like the little apples on his pajamas.
yeah. His pajamas look
Yes.
great.
Those are cute.
Love them. And speaking of his four hands, he wins the hand with a pair of twos. He says, "Dos deuces, the
Mm.
prawn cracker wins."
Mm.
But then he starts like waving his body back and forth with his four arms out, and that's very funny.
Yeah.
I think it looks really good. And Rizzo's mad, of course. Pair of twos. I swear I had four aces. I really did. I had four aces. So Pepe leans forward, looks him right in the eye, and sings "The Gambler" from the Kenny Rogers episode of The Muppet Show.
That's the one.
But he actually sings it, unlike Jerry Nelson as Old Man Who Dies.
Yeah. I don't like that number.
I don't either.
The puppets are creepy, and then Jerry just like talks through it the whole time, and it's not nearly as enjoyable as it should have been.
Yeah, I agree.
The main thing is those puppets are so creepy.
Yeah. Especially that main one.
They're more realistic looking than humanoid Muppets usually are, and then yeah, and they're like they have full
Real
bodies, like
hands.
they're a little bit too tall and long and gangly. And oh, are they real like human
Yeah,
hands?
I rewatched it before this because I was thinking about that. Yeah, they have real human hands, that is
Yeah.
like a different set of hands, and so it's like disjointed because you obviously have one puppeteer doing the head and then another set doing the hands, and so they look weird.
Well, did either of you guys watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah.
Just a couple episodes.
There was an arc on there where Titus,
Yeah.
Hmm.
he's dating this like very butch Italian guy. And when he goes over to his house for dinner, the guy's papuza is there, which is like a
Oh yeah.
like an old humanoid puppet played
Yeah.
by Joey Mazzarino, who's just
Yes.
like inexplicably this guy's grandmother or something. And that's what the puppets in the Gambler look like.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I forgot about that, but that was very funny.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things on that show ever.
Yeah. And I also I'll link to it in the show notes because I wrote an article about that gambler number from the Muppet Show on Tough Pigs a couple years ago. I think it was around Halloween time that I wrote this because it is a very spooky number.
Because
Mm.
it's terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like watching this as a kid and I had no idea what he was singing. I did not know that song.
Oh, sure.
And I was just like I couldn't tell really what he was saying. So I was just like, he's just singing something and I have no idea what.
He's just taunting Rizzo.
Yeah.
Understandable. But then we have a hard cut to Gonzo, still looking crazed, driving a riding lawnmower, while we hear Get Up Off of That Thing by James Brown, a song from 1976. And we've talked earlier about how everybody knows Brick House or whatever. This is a song I did not know until I saw this movie.
Mm.
I don't think I had ever heard. Like, obviously, now I have in the past
Mhm.
26 years.
Yeah, I don't know if I had or not.
But this was like a new one for me, and I loved it immediately. Like I was just like, "This rules! What is
Oh,
it?"
it's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love how like on the nose all of the songs in the movie are. Like they just went by like title alone. They're
right.
just like, in this part, Gonzo should really get off of that mower for his mental well-being, I suppose. So how about get up off of that thing by
Yeah,
James Brown?
right,
Find a
right.
song where somebody is on a thing.
Yeah.
These rats need to survive, so we're gonna play Survival by the OJ.
I agree, but also I really love that. Like I feel like that fits really well with
Oh, I
that
do too. Yeah,
montage.
and that song rules. So
Yeah,
as
that's one of my favorites on the soundtrack.
we'll get there later. Yeah.
I looked up Get Up Off of That Thing on Wikipedia and I found this note that I thought was interesting. Due to his troubles with the IRS for failure to pay back taxes, Brown credited authorship of the song to his wife, Deidre, and their daughters, Deanna and Yama Brown, or Yama, possibly. But so he wrote the song, but he is not credited as the writer of the
Oh,
song.
Huh. All right.
I've not heard that.
That's fascinating. While the song plays, which goes for about 30 seconds, we get like an
Mhm.
actual little montage. A few things happen. Kermit watches him out the window, just kind of watches him and shakes his head and does
Yeah,
nothing.
he's concerned.
Yeah. Gonzo hits a cat.
Yeah, that cat's dead.
Well, this cat screeches, which like,
But you hit a cat with a riding lawnmower?
right? Oh yeah, it would be dead for sure.
I hate this. This is such a lazy gag. It comes up
Yeah.
all the
Oh
time in
yeah.
cartoons, like in slapstick
Yeah.
comedy movies. It's never funny to me. And it's always cats. Like why is
Yeah.
it always cats? What did cats do to these people?
I think the idea is that dogs would be more violent. Like you hit a dog, it's gonna,
Maybe it would like yelp.
it's gonna. Yeah, I guess it'd just be a different sound. I don't know. What about in Young Frankenstein when they hit a cat with darts?
That happens when they're playing darts with
When the, with Inspector Kemp and him are playing darts and they
I
hit the
forgot
tires
about
and then
that.
they hit a cat.
yeah.
Oh.
And it's Mel Brooks as the cat, which I think
Yeah.
helps.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like
Well,
that. I like that one.
that's an older example. So maybe that's where
What
they all
about
come
Muppet Treasure
from. I don't
Island?
know.
Muppet Treasure Island, they hit a cat. Remind me.
Well, he like blind Pew and he's like, got it when he
Oh,
runs into stuff and he's like, got it this way, this stupid cat or whatever.
so I probably said it that last season of this podcast that
Oh.
I hate this gag, but
Yeah.
yeah, there it is again.
Yo, now that I think about it, I'm like, imagine if it was like a dog like yelping in pain. Like that would feel so sad, but why is it okay if it's a cat? Like
That's
it's
the
used
thing.
to
I
it.
don't
Like,
know.
You're right. It's not, and it's not funny here.
yeah.
To be clear, I'm not like, yeah, good one.
Yeah.
It's just weird that that like became such a regular thing that you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just like a normal joke. Yeah. And then we dissolve to show the passage of time a couple of times, and Gonzo is still riding.
So
Kermit goes
long.
inside. And it's 34 seconds total of
Yep.
Gonzo just riding a lawnmower. Well, James Brown plays, so like I said, it's not. I don't hate it,
It seems like the Gonzo that's on that is just kind of like a static figure. I don't think he moves really at all. Like I don't think it's like a remote.
except that he turns to look at the cat.
Well, I mean like
Mm.
Oh, in the wide
in the
shots.
wide shot, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I'm
I
sure
mean.
you're right.
I think it's just like a static figure. I don't think that
So
or
what
anything
you're
else.
saying is that he doesn't get up off of that thing.
Not for a long time.
He actually doesn't in this scene at all, as we'll see.
Yeah.
He's still asleep. But yeah, so then we are done with Gonzo business for a little while. We are gonna go see our old pals at Covenant, where we start with Bobo saying, just a few things for today, sir. In his very like, have a good day, sir,
Mhm.
cadence from Muppets
Yes.
Tonight.
Bobo
Uh,
as Rentro.
Bobo as Rentro, sorry. Bobo as Rentro uses the same cadence as Bobo as the security
As
guard
Bobo,
in
yeah.
Muppets Tonight. By the way, we meant to talk about this, right? It has come to our attention that some of our listeners never saw Muppets Tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, do we want to explain what Muppets Tonight is? In
Well,
case,
I think everybody knows what it is. It was a short-lived Muppet variety show on ABC in the 90s. But yeah, just that so many of the characters from that series
Mhm.
carried over to this movie, including Bobo, who was, I mean, a very similar character, like a very similar role on the show, but he was the security guard
Mhm.
who was tasked with like, letting the right people into the studio
right?
on Muppets Tonight, and often to a hilarious effect, like failing, not letting in the guest star, or like there's an episode where Larry King is supposed to be doing a guest spot and he won't let him in, and they have a very long debate about how many countries there are in the world
Yeah, great.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, what a program. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
then,
I love that one. I am the one that defend. I love Muppets Tonight. I mean, I'm not like it's not my favorite thing, but that's one of the things I will defend it. I think it was a good like update on the variety format and
Yeah.
for
yeah,
the
yeah, I
90s.
agree.
And
We're all Muppets Tonight fans in
Yeah,
this
it's
house.
mostly very good.
yeah, I just feel like for a long time, I that like a lot of fans just felt negatively about her. It just doesn't really get talked about much in general.
That's true.
And
That's definitely true.
yeah, and like a lot of people like we were talking about like just don't know that a lot of these characters originated from there. And
Right.
that's one of the things that I like about it, that it was like kind of a way for this new set of performers to like develop their own
New
characters
characters.
instead
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
just yeah, having to force themselves into to fit into previous
Frank
characters they could
Frank
like
Oz and Jerry Nelson characters,
yeah,
or Richard
yeah,
Hunt
and they
characters.
could like make their own and develop based on their own relationships and their own personalities and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
which
sure.
Bobo is a
Awesome.
great example. Yeah, and they don't
Yeah.
really get to do that anymore.
Hmm.
Right. Penny Waxman is the only one.
Penny Waxman, Joe the Legal
Yeah.
Weasel, I guess.
Beverly
Yeah.
Plume, I
Oh,
guess. I
I
mean,
like Joe. I
To
wish
a
more
lesser
Joe.
extent, Beverly unfortunately didn't get to have much of a personality, but
Yeah.
yeah,
no, she was in Muppets Haunted Mansion.
yeah.
Anyways, so here's what Bobo's doing though. He's going through the mail
Hmm.
and he says, "Oh, here's a winner of your Platinum Buns workout tape." Which so Buns of Steel was a
Mm.
big deal in the 90s. If you go to the video store, it was on every shelf. It was like advertised on TV constantly. I never
Oh
saw it.
yeah.
I couldn't tell you like what the nature of the workout actually is on Buns of Steel.
So, there were all these workout tapes in the 80s, like the Jane Fonda workouts and the Richard Simmons Sweat into the Oldies. And then, yeah, it was just such a craze for years in the 80s and 90s. And then Buns of Steel was a series that specifically was about, toning that part of your body, your buns.
And the
Um,
covers of the tapes were always like a profile of just like a person's mid region
yes, a
with
very tight close up.
like biker shorts on
Yeah.
to be like these buns are made of steel.
Right. They also had abs of steel and thighs of steel. So
Oh,
this,
that's
yeah,
right.
this became like a very, like everybody knew about it. They were advertised on TV all the time. It was just a punchline, like talk show hosts would make jokes about it. And I did find that these videos, according to an article I found on Slate, there were 22 different releases in the Steel workout
The
tape
of
series.
Steel.
Yeah. And they
The
sold
Of Steel
10 million
universe.
copies.
10
Wow.
million copies. Wow.
Yeah,
And that
that's a lot.
it's yeah, and it's so weird that in the last one, Superman snaps General Zod's neck.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, I had to. I had to.
Yeah.
You knew that
He
was
just
coming.
got so strong doing those other
That's
workout
the
tapes.
thing.
That's what happened. Yeah.
21
It
other workouts.
culminates in that.
He couldn't help himself.
See, Zod never ordered the tapes, so he
That's
wasn't ready
right.
for it.
That's what happened. Zack Snyder knew it all along. Um, but then he's going through it. Let's see. That new satellite photo is here. My Captain Kangaroo pajamas.
Yeah, I had to listen to that like four
Me
times before I
too.
picked up on that. But
I never noticed that before.
I
That's
had
pretty
neither.
insane.
As listeners may or may not know, Captain Kangaroo was a children's television program that was on for almost 30 years. New episodes. It started in 1955 and it ended in 1984. In fact, the last episode of the show aired December 8th, 1984, and I was born 22 days later.
hmm.
So it's kind of like I was a mid-season replacement for Captain Kangaroo.
Sure.
But yeah, it was this guy Bob Keeshan was the host the whole time. I mean, there was no recasting of Captain Kangaroo, and it was rerun some after. I remember it being on PBS when I was little.
Yes, I definitely saw reruns of it.
Yeah, but it was like a for kids who grew up in the 60s and 70s, like little kids. It was a staple. I mean, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Actually, when this movie came out, there was a new version airing on Fox Family. The channel that is now Freeform was ABC Family. At that time was Fox Family, and there was a new Captain Kangaroo on. So maybe
Oh
that's the
yeah.
one Bobo likes. We don't know.
You think he has the new Captain Kangaroo pajamas?
I mean, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Also, Captain Kangaroo made a cameo on the aforementioned Muppets Tonight
All right.
in the Andy McDowell episode, I believe. And didn't Kevin Clash work on the Captain
Mm,
Kangaroo show early in his
I
puppetry
believe
career?
that's right. Towards
That's
towards
true,
the end
yeah.
of its
So
run, yeah.
there's another connection, yeah.
But yeah, I think all of us here are too young to really care about
Mhm.
Captain Kangaroo.
I mean, I did come across reruns of it, but I never, yeah, I never cared about it, I guess is a good way to say it.
I heard about it, but I never saw any of it.
Yeah, by the time you came along, it was way
Yeah.
gone. But listeners, if you were a Captain Kangaroo enthusiast, tell us your favorite Captain Kangaroo memories.
Please, yeah.
Ask us how Captain Kangaroo would have dealt with the threat of General Zod.
I remember when I was a kid, there was like one of our family friends. I don't remember if it's from Captain Kangaroo. It could be some, I think it is, but she would call me Magpie, and there was like two talking magpies or something
Is
on
that
there.
right?
And but I didn't know what a magpie was, so I imagined like I didn't know it was a
You
bird.
just thought it was a pie.
I thought it was a pie, so I would
Oh,
picture like two like puppet pies like
talking
talking to each
pies.
other.
Sure, yeah.
Huh.
Awesome. That's a cute nickname though for a kid.
Yeah.
So, anyways, then Singer cuts him off to ask what satellite photo, and then he picks it up and he helpfully says out loud, "I am here mowed in the lawn. Who did this?" So that the audience can yell, "Gonzo!"
With the magnifying glass too, because you can't see it well enough with the classified eyes only on.
Right.
And potentially preview audiences were confused about what they were seeing, maybe. So
Mm.
that's why he has to say it out loud.
Yeah, right. I do actually like that we don't see it in the lawn. Like this is how they
Mm.
reveal it.
Yeah,
Sure.
Like cutting away to our villain finding out.
it's very legible. Did a good job.
It is.
Yeah.
That's right.
It took him a long time.
Well, and he was in the middle of the night. I'm sure their neighbors loved hearing that.
That's
Ooh.
true. I didn't
But I'm
think
sure
about
that
that.
they're
Yeah.
used to it with having the Muppets as neighbors.
Next door, yeah. But yeah, like how did he make it so legible in the middle of the night? It's really
Yeah.
impressive. He had to know when to shut off the mower function
Exactly.
on the tractor. Like but then we do cut back to Gonzo, who is asleep on the lawnmower, which is still running, wheels spinning. He's like into some shrubbery at the side of the house. Rizzo and Pepe are watching him. Rizzo says, "This is not good." And Pepe shakes his head and says, "No." And that is feels like a segue to ask Ryan how he's enjoying Muppets from Space this time out.
Are you expecting me to say this is not good?
This is not good. No. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's fine. I'm looking for things to like about it. Why are you putting me on the spot
No,
like
I'm
this?
not. Just because the clip ended with "this is not good." It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah, I
like
get it.
feel like such a tee up, you know?
No, I have discovered several good things about it.
Yeah, yeah. So any other thoughts about these 2 minutes before we go? Megan, start with you.
At the part we were just talking about the back of you see the back of Rizzo's jacket, which I just listened to the episode that you guys put out today, and but before I listened to today's episode, that well, whenever it's then I was trying to figure out what it said on the back of his jacket, and we figured out on the Discord it says Rat Panic, but I thought it maybe said like Rat Tanic, and it was like some weird like Titanic
Well,
parody.
I think that's the intention
Is
because
it?
Rizzo wears these crew jackets that are, I guess, ostensibly productions that he's worked on. So, and it looks like
Yes.
a rat in
And like a
a
life
life
preserver or
preserver.
something,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I think Rat Panic is supposed to be a riff
It's
on
oh,
Titanic.
okay. Because
Yeah.
I was like, what? I don't know what Rat Panic is, but I guess I was wrong about that. But also, is this the first time we're seeing Pepe in a hoodie? I don't remember him
Ooh,
wearing that on Muppets Tonight, and I don't think did we
not,
see him
Yeah, he was in his
after?
pajamas earlier. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, maybe.
Also, there's nothing else for him to appear on between Muppets Tonight and this.
yeah, I don't think
It's
so.
maybe some talk show or something,
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think so.
but yeah, it's a good look for him. I
yeah.
really like it.
I like this one, and I like the red one he wears in Muppets Wizard of Oz. I think a hoodie kind of suits him.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
somehow
Yeah.
it does.
Mm,
Well, again, it's the forearms. Like he has, like
yeah,
when he's wearing
Yeah,
sleeves, I don't know, it accentuates his forearms, I think.
yeah.
right.
Awesome. All right, Ryan, anything else?
A quick thing from the May 26th, 1998 draft of the screenplay. Around this time in that draft, our character Major Williford is trying to convince his boss, Colonel Matt Rushmore, who is Williford is kind of the singer character, and Rushmore is like the general left character.
Mm,
Williford is trying to convince Rushmore that the signals that their scientist coworker Carla Williams has received is in fact a message from outer space. But Rushmore rejects it. He says, "So this is your little green man music, eh?" And then after hearing it, which I did quote this a couple episodes ago, but just to remind everyone, the message is doko humma, whoppity hoof hoof duckity poo.
Just to remind everyone.
Just to remind everyone, that's the
of
message.
course.
Or in case there are any aliens out there listening to this podcast, maybe maybe that means something to somebody. Um, after hearing this message, Colonel Rushmore says, "You've recorded the Teletubbies here," and he kicks Wilfred out of his office.
Huh. Topical.
So an interesting, yeah, like very right now reference in
Yeah.
1999 or 98.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a big Teletubbies watcher as a kid.
Mm.
Is that right?
Yeah, I love Teletubbies as a
Did you
kid.
have a favorite one?
I like Poe.
Sure.
I was like one of the shortest kids in my class, so I like that Poe was like short and I like
What
Sure.
color is Poe?
he's the red one.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's a he or she, but they are the red one and I like their little scooter too.
Sure. I remember the vacuum. That's like all I remember
Yeah.
about
Nunu,
that show.
right?
Nunu,
Nunu. Sure.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
only thing I know about Teletubbies, I think. The
Yeah.
vacuum
Yeah.
cleaner is
Me too.
Nunu.
Then the sun was a baby. I remember
Yes, the
that.
sun is
Yeah.
a flaming baby head.
Yeah. And Lala is the yellow one, and Dipsy is the green one, and Tinky Winky is the purple one. And my
Famously.
dad, yeah, my dad would always, he still does it, like his like go-to nickname for pretty much any like silly nickname, and he'll say Stinky Winky.
Good. Really interesting.
Like a go-to silly nickname for him.
After all these years.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right. Ryan, was that it?
That was it.
All right. So then, Megan, this season we are asking all of our guests two questions. And the first of these is, what is your history with Muppets from Space?
Yeah, so I was born in 1995, so I was 4 when this came out. So I mean I don't remember like, if we went to see it in theater or anything, but I remember just like having it on VHS and watching it a lot as a kid. I feel like it's yeah, one of the ones that we watched the most. And I have it on DVD now it was like one of those 2 disc sets with Muppets Take Manhattan.
Hmm.
Oh,
So yeah,
sure.
I just feel like I watched it a lot growing up.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah.
And then our other question is, what is your favorite science fiction movie or show or property of any
Mhm.
kind?
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of sci-fi, so I was going through my letterbox to kind of see, but I mean, my favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future. And
So that
that
counts.
is
Oh yeah.
sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a time travel movie.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, so I guess that one. I also love Guardians of the Galaxy movies, especially Volume 2. And I guess there was well, I'm gonna call out one that I watched this year that I really enjoyed. It's What's Inside. I guess that's
Uh,
technically sci-fi. I really like it, and I keep telling everybody to watch it because I want to talk about it with people.
yeah, that is on my list. I keep yeah
The
thinking
movie is called What's Inside.
it's what's inside.
It's
It's
What's
What's Inside.
Inside.
I'm not even familiar with this. What is
It's
it?
on
I've
Netflix.
heard good things.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like kind of. Did you see Bodies, Bodies, Bodies when that
I
came
no, I
out?
know what that is though.
Yeah, it's kind of got like a similar-ish vibe to that, and it's like a sci-fi thing. I kind of like don't want like when I tell people to watch it, I don't really tell
You
them more than
shouldn't know
that
that
because
much.
I feel
Okay. All
like
right. Cool. Cool.
yeah, if
Cool.
you go into it like not really knowing anything about it, but I will say you have to pay attention to it, like
Sure.
because it's really easy to get confused, so you have to like kind of lock in and give it the time. But
Hmm.
I really like it, and it's kind of sci-fi, so I would say that one too for a newer one.
All right.
So many Netflix original movies are designed for you not to pay attention. So that's a nice
Right,
departure.
Yeah,
that's true.
that's true. That is accurate. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Megan. I think this is, I was going to say as always. I think this is only your second time on the program, but
Yeah.
they've both been delightful. So thank you.
I've had a lot of fun being on, so thank you for inviting me back.
Oh, wonderful. So, thank you for joining us, and thank you, listeners, for listening to the podcast and for reading Tough Pigs on the internet, following us on Facebook, following us on Blue Sky, following us on Instagram, becoming a patron of ours on Patreon. We are grateful to you for all of those things. We are grateful to you for the review you're going to leave us, the 5-star review, and we are grateful that you are following Ryan on Blue Sky at me, Ryan Rowe, and on Letterboxd at Movies Are Neat. We are thankful that you are following me on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper and on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist. And we are grateful that you are about to follow Megan at all of the following places.
We're so grateful.
Yeah,
God
yes.
bless us. I'm on the Tough Pigs Discord. I'm not really on social media much, especially like publicly these days, but I do have a letterbox as well. It's Megan MB, Meagan MB on there, and I've been using that a lot lately. So come and talk about movies with us.
And you're great at it.
Thanks.
You always have like such like nice, succinct little reviews. Like it's always just like something interesting about the thing you just watched.
Thanks.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned up top, Megan, of course, designed many of our t-shirts at our TeePublic store,
Mhm.
and that is another thing we are grateful for, listeners, that you are purchasing the shirts that we have
Yes.
and other merchandise.
Sending money
It
to
doesn't even,
us.
yeah, it doesn't even have to be a shirt. You could get Megan's
Oh
wonderful
yeah, I
designs
got
on a hat, a coffee
A
mug.
sticker.
yeah. I saw
Yeah.
somebody on Discord had one the Mallory Gallery one on a tote bag, and I was like, oh, I haven't
Oh,
seen anybody
nice.
have the tote bags. That's fun.
Oh,
Looks
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
So,
And we will see you all right back here next time for another episode of Moving Right Along. Goodbye.
Get up off of that thing.